Welcome back. LT Volk here with episode 73 of the Baldur's Gate 3 Honor Mode playthrough. In this episode, we're gonna...
No one stopped me yet.
...exit through the doors, and all hell's gonna break loose, pun intended, as we'll make our way to free Hope from the House of Hope, and then confront Raphael. So, we'll do that in just a second, but first... my character is gonna drink the Elixir of Vigilance. Carlag's gonna utilize a soul coin. And she's also gonna drink an Elixir of Vigilance.
Where am I needed?
We'll do the same. And Gale will drink an Elixir of Bloodlust. So that's just gonna make the next few fights a lot easier. They're not really bad, but at the same time can be a little bit tricky. Alright, let's go. So the battle begins, and we have this Hell Sphere, which can be problematic. It's got fire immunity, necrotic immunity, and psychic and poison immunity. Sounds good. So first, we'll go ahead and use your Eldritch Blast on it. 1, 2, 3. 2 of the shots hit, 1 misses. And then turn.
Time to push my luck again.
Aye, aye.
Carlag's gonna frenzy. And she's gonna start throwing her Narilna into the sphere.
Got it.
I'm not gonna use our Luck of the Far Realms here. So doing a little bit of damage. A little bit of damage adds up over time. And continue throwing there, girl. Sounds good. And then turn.
Dull moment.
My character is gonna fire off an arrow of many targets at the sphere. And not gonna use our Luck of the Far Realms there either. Instead, we're gonna try and use Dissonant Whispers. Unfortunately, it's immune to Frightened. Alright, that's not optimal, but we still should be just fine. Will, go ahead. Not Will. Gale. Fire off your Curriculum of War. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots going into the Hell Sphere. Did a whole bunch of damage, and then turn. The Cambion's gonna fly in right next to the sphere and smack it with his glaive. Doing a little bit of damage, and turn. The Myrmidon's gonna warp in close as well. And smack it with its electrified flail. And not gonna react here. Back up. The second Myrmidon will do the same. And hopefully that's gonna be enough to kill it off. Yes, sir. Very good. And then turn. Us, you just get over here and fire off a Synaptic Discharge into the Deader, which kills it off and summons a Vengeful Boar instead. And it looks like the boar is rushing through. They rolled 19. We'll use our cutting words here. And Gale will use shield. Very good. Didn't really damage anybody. And now...
This is gonna feel good.
Karlak, why don't you move over here, tank an attack of opportunity. throw your returning pike into that debtor, which transforms into Vengeful Imp, and continue throwing to take it out. There's the first throw, and the second throw. And now another frenzied throw going into the boar, which should prone it. And then turn.
Never dauntless.
My character is gonna
So much for peace.
move back because I think this guy's gonna blow up once hit. And now Will can finish it off with his Eldritch Blast. Nope, no explosion. Alright.
Looking ahead.
I think it's just initially when you
Need to find a way
take one of the debtors out, they explode. We're all taking a little bit of damage, which is still quite alright. My character is gonna fire on this other debtor here, which initiates another fight.
Nothing important is ever easy.
My character will fire off an offhand crossbow at them, and hopefully I kill him off. Yep. And turn.
Holding back. Coming
Will's gonna get a little bit closer and use his Eldritch Blast on the board, which kills it off. And then
through.
turn.
Real.
All right, Karlak, it's go time.
Sure is, Karlak. Alright, so Karlak's gonna move up,
No surrender.
and her turn.
Across the hall if you don't.
Gale, do the same, and everybody else end your turns. Gonna have this debtor get closer to us, so that she's easy pickings.
Now this is my happy place.
Some of my companions. Alright, Karlak, go ahead and throw your returning pike at it. Kill it off. And then we'll have Will come on up here and use his Eldritch Blast on the imp, which kills it off. Excellent.
Best be on my way.
Let's continue moving this away. Actually, I think my character is gonna give bardic inspirations to everybody. And then we're gonna use the water faucet here to restore our health and all of our... what's the word? Consumable charges. Yeah. Alright, let's do it.
See what this does.
Use it again. Looks like us is not being healed by it, but it's alright. And one thing that I need to
Defender
do
of the
before we
people.
continue is have Will give me guidance. And then try to interact with this stone.
Curious.
So let's roll. Success. And this will allow us to grab Mole's contract. This is a much higher check, so we'll use a luck point to roll with advantage. And if it fails, we got plenty of inspiration points to reroll. Alright, rolled a 19 and a 20. Very lucky roll. Not gonna look the gift horse in the mouth, though.
Very well.
So there we go. We got Mole's contract and a whole bunch of treasures. And Staff of Spell Power, which is gonna go to Gale. Here you go, Gale. You take this. Now let's continue towards the next area.
I think just down the pipes.
And it looks like this hell sphere just materialized right next to us. Well, it's just fine.
This is
My
worth the cost.
character's gonna fire just a regular arrow at it. Not gonna use any of my reactions there. But we will cast Hold Monster on it. Immune to Hold Monster. Oh no.
On the victor's path.
Alright. Gale, fire off your level 6 magic missile into the Hellsphere. How about that? Doing some really good damage, and then turn.
Victor's path.
Will use your quick spell fingers to cast your Eldritch Blast as a bonus action. And cast it again as a regular action. And turn.
Hitting up.
Karlak, throw your returning pike into the Hellsphere. And again. And action surge to recover your actions and continue throwing, girl. Oops. Misclicked there. There we go.
All's well that
Easy
ends.
peasy.
Not as bad as
And
it
up
could.
here, let's give bardic inspirations to my myrmidons. And take a Song of Rest to just heal up some of my companions. And recover the action surge.
Still breathing, despite everything.
And now attack that particular enemy right there. Yeah, sure. Let's reroll. Which begins the battle.
No choice but to keep going.
My character's gonna fire off his offhand crossbow to finish off this Eternal Debtor. And now will use his Eldritch Blast to target the Maragon, rather. Did a little bit of damage, and then turn.
Now,
My character is just gonna fire a regular bow shot and an offhand crossbow shot as well. And for some reason... Oh, I did not have it ticked off. That's why.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, the last shot should have killed him if I had the Call the Weak
Easy.
activated. Alright, there we go. Karlak, just finish it off for me. Por favor.
still alive.
Thank
so,
you
progress.
kindly.
Time to press ahead.
Alright, let's continue moving.
Almost there. I'm so excited I could scream.
Up here, once again, my character is gonna target one of these debtors. And that was enough to kill him off.
No time to waste.
Yeah, Call of the Weak. Pretty good ability. Alright, Will does some damage, and now my character should be able to finish it off with the offhand crossbow and Call the Weak. Too
Swift as my feet
easy.
can carry me.
Alright, Hope. Let's go and try and save you. And if I recall correctly...
The jailer will swallow you whole if you take another step. And you won't be able to save me while you're being digested.
You found my prison. My body is held in chains just beyond.
The whole house is tumbling down and Raphael's striding across the plains to come catch a mouse.
Now swing that big, beautiful hammer, crack open my chains, and let's get out of here.
It's time to fly this coop on a hope and a prayer.
Let's do this.
You sound so brave, but we really don't have a choice.
Yeah. Alright. And... I do recall this fight. There is hope being held. There are 2 stones, but we're actually gonna break them after the fight is over. So there are also 2 spectators. One right here, and it's got Ocular Nightmare. After accumulated 5 paranoid dreams, the spectator will spend a legendary action cast Ocular Nightmare. And it's a really, really nasty ability. Alright. And paranoid dreams. It dreams in fear. Alright, yeah. So I think the way we'll go about it is my character is gonna try and use the hold monster on the spectators. And we'll see how it works out for us. Alright, Myrmidon, why don't you warp in right here to initiate the fight? Got the Vengeful Imp casting Eldritch Blast. And I think we're just gonna counterspell him with Gale.
Hammer is almost as sweet a sight as you are. Smash those chains!
Sounds good. And we got another imp casting another Eldritch Blast. And once again, my character is gonna counterspell that. We don't want any of that. Thank you very much. This particular Myrmidon is gonna try and stun one of the spectators. Hopefully it works. Yep, stuns them. Very good. And then turn.
Can't stay idle.
Then
Let's cook with fire, baby.
my
Still on my
character
feet.
is gonna get a little bit closer. Fire off an arrow of many targets. No, no, no. Not quite there, huh? Just gonna fire off a regular arrow at the Vengeful Imp. Not gonna proc our spell there. And instead, we're gonna hit it with a Dissonant Whispers, which kills it off. Or his mind collapsed. And turn. The Cambion's gonna fly in closer. And fire his Rays of Fire into the spectator. And then turn.
Transport is set.
My other Myrmidon is going to try and warp in over yonder. Then fly next to the spectator. Got hit by that sentry ability. And then smack it with Electrified Flail. Hopefully stunning it. Nope. And then turn.
Tale for the ages.
Gale, why don't you fire off your magic missile from your amulet? 1, 2, 3, 4. To kill off that imp. Move to the other side here and fire another magic missile, perhaps? No. Come on, get closer. Can you reach any of these enemies? Doesn't look like you can. Yeah. Unfortunate, but it's quite fine. Just end your
This
turn.
is my time.
Well. Can't really do much either here. Alright. Try to jump over. He can't, of course. Oh, I know. He's gonna teleport himself and Karlak. right over here. And then Karlak can use her Narilna to take out these imps on this platform right there that we couldn't reach before. Here's the first strike. Here's the second one. And we got one left right there. So go ahead and action surge, Karlak. And throw your returning pike at the imp after readjusting a little bit. There we go. Works out really well for us. And another throw. Yeah. Returning pike there. Had a little bit of a delay. And your turn.
On the victor's path.
Will use your quick spell fingers to reposition and fire your Eldritch Blast at the spectator. And end turn. Us can end his turn as well. That spectator is still stunned. And it looks like the spectator was able to paralyze Will. It was one of its rays. Alright, that happens. This Myrmidon's gonna try to stun the spectator again. Failed. And end turn.
Fight. Let's go.
My character's gonna Misty Step closer to Hope. And then fire off a level 6 hold monster. One going into this spectator. And one going into that one. And looks like they both worked. Very good.
What fools these mortals be.
Gale, go ahead and jump over as well. Then fire off your Curriculum of War, going into the spectator on the left platform. Very good. And then turn. Karlak's just gonna go ham on the spectator, but I think she needs to frenzy first. Alright. Kill it off for me, Karlak. And all of the shots should be critical hits. Now jump over this away. And I think that's all she can do. And turn. And turn. The Myrmidon's just gonna smack the spectator and hopefully kill it off. Nope, gotten pretty close though. Now my character can finish off that last spectator. It's just a bow shot. Too easy. Now, Karlak's gonna equip the Orphic Hammer and break the crystals to release Hope. But first, grab the Burnished Ring. Very good. And continue jumping there. Karlak. Got some gold on that one.
Ray! I never thought I would be believed I could be hoped I might be.
Heads will roll!
But we must dress the Hollyphant in the room. I can see how you avoid looking at me. I must be so terribly mutilated after all these decades of torture. Don't hold back. Tell me how bad it is.
You look perfectly normal.
We both know that's not true, but thank you for being so kind.
No, really. You look fine.
You truly are the kindest fool I've ever met.
We'll carve our way to the entrance hall and chop Raphael into messes. That's the hopeful version, of course. The likely version is that we are the messes and he is the chopper. Onwards!
Sounds good. Karlak, go ahead and jump back to where you need to be.
I have a lot on my mind, and well.
Alright, my character is just gonna jump over here. And of course, Will's probably gonna get stuck
How much farther can I go?
because he is unable to jump over simple gaps. Oh, no, he was actually able to do it. And Hope as well. Alright. Very good. Let's continue. Back up. And there is another battle coming up with a whole bunch of enemies. So let's run up here and get it started. And I think we're gonna have Karlak open up by throwing her Narilna into one of these pairs there of the debtors. Very good. Battle begins.
My word.
Now Karlak,
Moving.
move up. Frenzy. Throw your Narilna into the second pair of the debtors, which turns one of them into a vengeful Maragon.
Blood comes easy these days.
Now my character is gonna fire off an arrow of many targets into the vengeful imp, and we're not gonna use our reactions here. Alright, transform two more enemies into a vengeful boar and a vengeful imp. And now let's cast confusion on all of them and see how it works out. Confused all of them, and now we're gonna back up.
Haste.
Battle favors the fearless.
Will is gonna get a little bit closer. And then use Eldritch Blast. One will go into this one will go into that one, and one will go into the Vengeful Boar. Alright, looks like one of the imps got killed off, and then turn. Karlak's gonna throw her Narilna into the Vengeful Maragon. And turn.
Dice roll in my favor. Certainly.
Gale's gonna fire off his level 5 magic missile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will go into the Vengeful Maragon and hopefully kill it off. The remainder will go into this imp. Alright, not quite enough to kill off the Maragon, but enough to kill the imp, which gives me another action. So one magic missile will go into the Maragon, and the remainder will go into the Vengeful Boar, which should kill it off. And then turn. The Myrmidon is gonna warp in closer to the remaining debtor and strike him with Electrified Flail, which transforms it into a Vengeful Boar. And now we'll go ahead and just fire at the boar. Kills it off. Very good.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
And I think up here, Will's gonna summon us a water elemental.
Can't give up now.
Sounds good.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
And I think we're almost ready to confront Raphael, but before we do that, gonna return to the bed war and recover our actions and spell slots. Want to be at full strength when we're facing him. So let's do it! And I think Karlak used up her bardic inspiration. So did Will. Where are you at, Will? Here you go. Take that. I'm gonna give it to all of our Myrmidons. And another one. And then we'll take a Song of Rest. Recover some health. For the summons. Yes, sir. Alright, now we're ready to go and fight Raphael. We'll see how it goes for us. I think I've got a pretty good strategy on how to deal with him.
Here goes nothing.
But we'll see how it really works. Especially in honor mode. I haven't really looked up what his legendary actions are. I think I talked about it. Most of the bosses I haven't looked up ahead of time. Alright, it's these double doors right there. Yep.
There are 3 things you need to know about Raphael.
Okay.
Kiss. His favorite color is blood. And he probably knows 1,000 ways to kill us. This is going to hurt.
Alright, good to know. So let's interact with this portal, which will put us face to face with Raphael.
Time slows for a moment, and the air becomes thicker. The master of the house is coming.
You. There are many things in your world that I loathe. Litters of kittens, chattering children, the noise and the chaos of it all. In my world, in my house, there is order and there is decorum. You came here uninvited and you stole from me. In doing so, you brought the chaos of your world into mine. I will not abide it.
Your house is in disarray. The guards couldn't stop me from freeing Hope.
Sister, oh sister, I've wept and I've cried, but all would be well if you were by my side.
Oh, Hope, you are such a piteous thing. All it takes is a crumb from the table and you forget the centuries of starvation. This insolence has earned you centuries more. Carilla, tell our unwelcome guest about your role in their tragic downfall.
I permitted you the freedom to decide your own fate. You could have been smart, selfless, saved the world. Instead, you came here and risked everything.
It's the fatal flaw of mortal kind. Take away their free will and they call you a tyrant. Allow them to indulge it and they become tyrants. You would have been heroes if you'd only dealt fairly with me. Instead, you're not so different to doomed Karsus, overreaching your limits and burning your world to ash.
Wrong, wrong, wrong! They will save their world and smash you to smithereens.
It's this charming naivety that makes your company such a joy to me, Hope. I'll even forgive this little rebellion once you're suitably chastised.
This isn't a rebellion. It's a revolt. I'm revolting!
Then hope dies today. Commander, you can salvage a trophy from these insects when I'm done with them.
These insects struck me down beneath the Shadowlands. They are worthy opponents. Their skulls will make fine trophies.
And up here, we'll use the persuasion to say, join the winning side. Raphael doesn't stand a chance against me. And it's a pretty high DC roll, but we'll get guidance from Will, and we'll burn the lock point to roll with advantage. I don't think that's quite enough, but we got plenty of inspiration points. So let's try again. Once again, not good enough. Well, let's see. That might be actually enough. Yep.
To stand against a devil in his own home. That takes courage. I'm with you.
How tiresome. Am I to understand that you wish to die with them?
I wish to fight with them.
It's all the same in the end. If you have any last words, make it quick. It will only take a moment to finish you.
I've been hoping to kill you ever since I met you.
Hope. It always burns you in the end, little mouse. Now, down comes the claw.
Alright, the battle begins. Looks like Jorger, unfortunately, is breaking our initiative order, but it still should be alright. Alright, Gale. Do you have the item that I need? He does not. Well, my character is just gonna fire off an arrow of many targets into one of these vengeful cambions. And let's use the executioner here to make it hit. And then we'll hit him with confusion.
Hell has its law.
Alright, and let's back up and turn.
Walls, but hold your applause.
Will,
For now, down here come the claw.
he's gonna use his quick spell fingers and the Eldritch Blast to attack one of these pillars. Alright, destroyed it. And now do the same to this pillar on the right. Destroys it, very good. And then turn. Jorger is attacking Karilla and looks like killed her off. And then he's attacking one of the Cambions.
Fools, how hard you have fought. Brave, but it's all been for naught. True souls that couldn't be bought.
Up
Doomed,
here,
detected, and caught.
Karlak's gonna frenzy. And she's gonna start throwing her Nerilna into that vengeful Cambion right there. And we're not gonna use our Luck of the Far Realms.
No more grace, it's over. This house.
Continue throwing. We're actually damaging Jorger a little bit, but it should be alright. And up here, Karlak's gonna switch to her returning pike to finish off that Cambion. Alright, where is the returning pike? There it is. And one more, for good measure. Kills it off. Where is this one? Over there. And it's confused. So let's target this Cambion that's right by Jorger. And not gonna react here. And actually, Gale is gonna throw this haste grenade, which is a really great item. Kinda over here. And it gives you the benefits of like a speed potion or a haste spell without any downturns or any drawbacks rather. And up here, let's fire off a level 4 magic missile going into this Pillar of Souls. Success kills it off. And alright, let's end our turn, right? What else can we do? Yeah, just end the turn, Gale. Karlach's got another action, thanks to the haste spores. And go ahead and target this vengeful Cambion over here. And no, we're not gonna use lock up the far realms. Gonna save it for Raphael. End turn. The Cambion is firing his spells at somebody. One of its allies. So we're gonna let him. Very good. And let's see, Raphael. Nah. We're gonna try and have our Myrmidon strike this Pillar of Souls and see if he's able to do some damage to it. Yep. And then turn. And the Vengeful Cambion casts Rate of Fire. And this one, my Bard's gonna counterspell. Very good. The other one is confused. We're not gonna react. He actually attacked another ally once again. Very good. I don't mind that at all. And here we're not gonna react. He attacked Karlach, but wasn't able to do much damage to her. Alright, this Myrmidon's got 2 actions now, thanks to the haste grenade. And let's see if it can destroy this pillar for me. Looks like it. Very good. And now, without the pillar, Raphael should not be able to gain energy from them. Alright, end turn.
End them! This ends now!
Raphael is casting Raging Inferno, which is a level 6 spell. So Gale's gonna counterspell him. And now it's using Igniting Spark on Will. And I think Will should be able to tank it. Now we're just gonna counterspell it. That's fine. Now, who's next? My Elemental is gonna warp in close to this confused Cambion and smack it down with a multi-attack. And turn. Us gonna fire off Synaptic Discharge. Actually hit. And was attacked by some sort of nasty spell. Alright. Well, get another action there, us, and try to attack this vengeful Cambion. And then turn. Hope. What do I want you to do? Mass Cure. Healing Word. On Will, us, and I think that should be good. Then get your haste spores and cast a Cure Wounds upcast version on Will. Oh, can't really do it, huh? Alright. How about this level 3 healing word on Will? Works. And then bless, upcast 1 to hit as many of my companions as possible. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you don't really want to attack these enemies with radiant damage because they got a version of a radiant retort. Alright, end turn. Will is kind of getting wrecked there by this aura.
Fleet of foot.
I can dance on the head of a pin as well. Okay. And up here, I'm gonna use just the Eldritch Blast on one of the enemies. Who's next? That Cambion. Alright. Go ahead and attack him with your Eldritch Blast, Will. There's the first one. And the second Eldritch Blast. And then drink a potion to heal yourself. And turn.
Sometimes the only way out is through. What path lies before me?
My character is gonna fire off an arrow of many targets into one of the Cambions. And then we're gonna cast Otto's Irresistible Dance on Raphael. Because I'm the best there's ever been. And end our turn. Jorger there doing some damage. And then going invisible. Karlak, get your haste spores back. And then finish off some of these enemies for me. With your returning pike. That particular vengeful Merigod, or Cambion, was taken out. Who's next? This lady, then that lady. I think she's just gonna target the most damaged one first. I'm gonna use Luck of the Far Realm once again. Come on, returning pike, come back. And continue throwing it at that particular enemy. Kills it. Now go ahead and throw your Nerulna into these enemies right over there. And once more. Doing really great damage. And then turn. Gale's got his haste spores. And now fire off your level 4 magic missile. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go into this one, which should kill it off. And the remainder will go into this one. Alright. Actually, wasn't quite enough to kill one of them. But now we'll use another level 3 spell slot. One going into this Cambion, and the remainder into this one. Alright, killed the really damaged one. Now we have another action. Let's fire off a level 2 magic missile. 2 will go into this Cambion, which should kill it off. And the remainder will go into Raphael. And turn. My Myrmidon's gonna try and use Electrified Flail to stun Raphael. Succeeded. Very good. And the other one will do the same, just to do some extra damage to him. And then turn. This particular elemental is gonna warp in closer to Raphael and hit him with the multi-attack. And then turn. Us. Yeah. Use your Synaptic Discharge on Raphael. And then turn. And hope. Why don't you use your Cure Wounds on Will?
Take cure.
And Mass Healing Award as well. Why not? Alrighty. And then turn. Now, Will's gonna run back into the Haste Spores. Fire off his Eldritch Blast at Raphael. And do so again. And then end your turn.
Nothing will stand in my way.
My character is gonna get the Haste Spores as well. And let's see, we've got 9 Arcane Acuity. Alright, that's really good. So let's use our... Nope, he's immune to fire. Let's use our Magic Missile from the item to just do some guaranteed damage on Raphael. Then we're gonna fire an arrow of Fiend Slaying at Raphael again. And yeah, this time we'll make it Luck of the Far Realm, make it a critical. And then just gonna fire off our offhand crossbow. And then turn. Yorger missed the shot and then went back into his invisibility. These Myrmidons actually gonna move into the Haste Spores as well first. And clear Raphael, because Karlak's gonna be throwing her returning pike here in a second.
Got this.
Not returning pike, Narilna, yeah. And let's do it.
A little trick.
This time we'll make it Lock Up the Far Realms. Make it a critical. And continue throwing. Doing a little bit of damage to our elemental, but it's alright. Doing more damage to Raphael. And keep throwing. Sounds good.
They burn.
Gale, you run into the Haste Spore Cloud as well. And then cast your Curriculum of War on Raphael. And let's see. Do level 3 magic missile on him as well. And turn. The Myrmidon's gonna get closer and finish off Raphael for me, hopefully. Oh no, not enough movement. Alright, go invisible, Myrmidon. This guy is gonna warp in right next to Raphael. And just smack it down. And yeah, let's use cutting words to make another stun. Actually, it didn't work, but it's alright. We tried, right? Now this guy can get out of the way. Hope, why don't you give me a divine intervention? And give me a golden generosity. And mass healing word on everybody. Alright, there we go. Now we just gotta do enough damage to finish him off. And to quote a certain song, well, you're pretty good, old son, but sit down in that chair right there and let me show you how it's done. And we'll use another fiend slaying arrow on him here.
It's absolutely preposterous that any of us are alive. Maybe we're not.
Pinch yourself and check we're not dreaming the last of our lives as we die screaming.
We're fine, Hope. We did it.
Then we're not just fine, we're spectacular. What a wonderful, jubilant, glorious day.
But my poor sister, Corilla.
It is not right that she died. And that makes me want to weep an ocean.
She made her choice when she sided with Raphael in the first place.
She was an entire person before she ever made that choice. When we were children, she always kept the last piece of pastry for me and bloodied the nose of the bullies who pulled my hair. She was my sister. But as a wise woman once said, there's no point in crying over spilt blood. We must go on. And despite all the years I've lost, I have enough love in my heart to guide you home.
For the first time since you heard her voice, Hope seems calm, and the peace flows from her into you, soothing your very soul.
You should come with me.
And go where? I don't think I quite know how to be anywhere else but here anymore. With a lick of paint and a thorough cleaning, this could be a lovely little house. And I can hardly leave. After all, who would ever want to think of hell without hope? I hope I'll see Corilla again one day, and that she'll say sorry, and I'll tell her she's forgiven. I hope I find all the pieces of my mind that fell out of my head over all those years, and that I'll be able to put myself back together again. I hope the echoes of pain will fade, and memories of sorrow will die, and that you'll visit me here someday. And I hope you have a happy ending of your own.
Alright, and we got gloves of soul catching here, which we're gonna accept. We're gonna open up.
At the ready.
Oh, actually talk to Jörger first.
Very well.
You fought well. We could use such strength in the Blood War.
You did us a favor, Jörgir, so I'm going to let that slide.
Now I'm free of Raphael's blasted contract. I can return to the front lines.
Good luck, Jörger. You're a fine warrior.
And you are a worthy ally. Whoever your enemies are, they have good reason to fear you. And I'll gladly lend you my skills against them when the time comes. Until then, good luck to you, little rabbit. You're a finer hunter than any wolf.
Alright. And now we've got a Jorger Colin.
Bloody glory. Best
Take
view from
that,
the safety of
that.
this balcony, I think. Relative safety, anyway.
All of the items here. This guy can go to Karlach for now.
No traps, please.
And I don't think I'm gonna grab any of those items. I'll take the bestowed bounty, which is all of the potions and supplies here. And all of the supplies can go to camp. Alright, yeah. Did pretty well. The fight wasn't too bad. So I think it's actually a really good spot to end the episode. On the next episode, we're gonna exit Hells and then start the end game. We gotta confront Gortash, and after that, it's the end game sequence. So we'll see how far we'll get. Anyways, as always, thank you for watching and hope to see you again soon.